Greetings and welcome to this episode of Leadership Edge. I'm Dr. Chavonne. I hope you once again are having a great week. We are on hump day, which is the middle of the work week if you work Monday through Friday, and we're going to finish strong because Friday will be here before you know it. Well, guys, over the last few weeks, I have been working and presenting this empowering series about You Matter Too, self-care for women who lead. And I tell you, it has been a blessing for me first, because I always say whatever we present or wherever I minister on, it has to minister to me first before I can share it with anyone else and it can have an impact. So it has truly been helpful for me. And I hope that if you haven't watched the previous episodes, take a moment and go back to when we started this series a few weeks ago and go through the different topics, the subtopics, I should say, of this particular topic, which is You Matter Too, self-care for women who lead. Well, this episode, it's about you lead better when you're whole. I'm here to tell you, a broke down person cannot effectively lead. Wellness is not a luxury, it is a necessity. And our foundation scripture is 3 John 1:2. I pray you may enjoy good health that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well. In essence, even as if when your soul prospers as well. And so you lead better when you are whole. If you don't know by now, just a little side note, Leadership Edge is about empowering women who are not only leaders within their community or within their household, but just leaders within the workplace as well. And so I want you all to finish strong. And I felt like you can do it when you find out how you can lead whole. Leadership and wellness are a connection we cannot ignore. You want to be effective, you have to be well. When you're not well, the scale is going to toddle. And so it's not going to be balanced, and there's just going to be some conflict, there's going to be some unrest, some unease because you're not well. We have to remember, women, take the S, the superwoman, off our chest. You are not a machine. You're a soul within a body. You have a mind and you have a spirit. And the leadership draws from all of you. I'm telling you. When I host a retreat, guys, yes, I'm always excited. I take my team up to the mountains. We host between 8 to 12 women. But by the end of that retreat, when I come home and I unload my car, and I'm telling you, I'm working quick, guys. Everything that can go in the refrigerator because it needs to be cold, I try to get it in the refrigerator and I go and I lay down and I'm crashing. Wasn't that I wasn't well or whole when I started, but because I have ministered, I have been praying, I have ministered, I have been praying, I have been serving, I'm exhausted. So where the wholeness was when I first went up the mountain, there's a little glitch in the system now. I'm exhausted. So now my body needs to recuperate. I need to bring it back to a place of wellness. Unwell leaders may still perform, but they lose presence, peace, and purpose. Ignoring your wellness can erode your discernment, your creativity, and your clarity. When you aren't well, I'm sorry, you're not thinking straight. You're not thinking the way you should. You're not focused. You're making decisions where you really hadn't thought it out or sought the Lord because you're just so trying to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. As I read in 3 John, it says, I pray that you may enjoy good health and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well, as your soul prosper. God cares about your health just as much as your impact. You can't have a positive impact when you broke down. You're unwell. You're not whole. Signs that you're leading from an empty well. Irritability and short temper. I've been there. Sleep issues and chronic fatigue. I've been there. Emotional disengagement. I've been there. Feeling guilty for needing rest. I've been there. Joyless service. I've been there. You don't want to get yourself into the place where you're experiencing 2 or more of these, what we call red flags. That means your well is either completely empty or it's about to be empty. If you schedule costs, you And your peace is expensive. Peace is expensive. And I'm not talking about the peace of the world like Jesus said in John 14:27. He says, my peace I leave with you, not the peace like the world. It's expensive. There's a cost to peace. So think about it. Let's take a pause. Of those red flags that I named, if you are experiencing 2 or more of these and you're experiencing them on a regular basis, the well is empty or getting empty. And I want to help and encourage you. Let's fill yourself up again. So what does wholeness look like for women leaders? Wholeness doesn't mean perfection. I talked about this in another episode. So many people want to do everything and be perfect. Perfection comes the day Jesus returns. It tells us in Philippians 1:6. We should strive for excellence in our own ability. So whatever it is God has told us to do, we strive to do the best at what he's told us to do. We're not going to do it perfectly because we have imperfections. But the point is that we strive for the excellence to where we don't allow it to dominate our thinking. Because if we do it and we do it well and we've done it to our best of our ability, God is going to be proud of us anyway. We tend to be harder on ourselves. Wholeness means integration. Your leadership aligns with your health. So it goes hand in hand. You're a leader, but you have to make sure your health. That's just like saying, I weigh 400 pounds and I'm trying to lead a team. How effective are you really going to be at 400 pounds to lead a team? First of all, you're probably on medication. You probably have breathing issues. You probably feel exhausted, but you're leading a team. You're not in a good, healthy place, though. Key elements of wholeness are emotional honesty, a space to process. Do you process the fact that you're not whole right now? Spiritual grounding, daily connection to God. How much time are you spending? It says daily. Are you talking to God? Are you in a place of worship? Are you reading your word? Are you seeking God daily? Physical renewal, honoring your body's limits. I mean, if you are 65 and you're used to running a marathon, I'm not saying you can't run that marathon at 65, but don't say at the age of 65 you're going to run a marathon if you've never ran a marathon. You have to use wisdom. Know your body's limits. Know how far you can push it. Mental clarity, margin for reflection, not just output. And relational health, safe people, not just strategic partners. Who is in your circle? Who are the ones that are going to motivate you, who are going to encourage you, who are going to correct you in the process? You want safe people, not just strategic partners. So here is a question, because I love asking questions. That's the educator in me. If you have a journal or a notepad, I encourage you to write it down. So ask yourself, what part of me or what part of you have you been ignoring to keep leading? I want to know. Make a comment. You know who you've been ignoring. You're probably ignoring you, your family, your kids. You've been ignoring maybe that heart palpitation that you've been having regularly, but you saying, oh, it probably just anxiety, but you're not going to the doctor to get yourself checked out. It's important. I just did it recently. I'm going to share this quick story with you. I kept noticing it wasn't regular, but it was just like, oh my God, my heart racing. And I knew it was exercising. So I said, well, maybe my heart was just shocked by the exercise. But I had to think back and I said, okay, this is kind of happening off and on. Let me go to the doctor and find out. And of course, you go to the doctor, you wear the heart monitor, you get the echocardiogram to see what's going on, because it's better to get checked out and they say nothing is wrong and not get checked out and something is wrong. So that's my quick story of making sure I am remaining whole and healthy. I encourage you to pause right now and think about your story. Think about if you were face to face with other women, what would you share with them to empower them in this subject of making sure that we get to a place of wholeness? It's something to think about. Think about it. Wholeness. What does that really mean to you? Wholeness. So I'm going to challenge you, like I try to always do, as I close out to this episode. For this week, I want you to identify one area in your life, your mind, your body, your soul, or spirit that needs attention. Take one action step to nurture it for this week. For instance, here's an example. Schedule the doctor's appointment. I did that. Book a day of rest. I've done that. And I continue to work towards doing it. And even if you can't do a full day, say within these hours, this is when I'm going to rest. Begin journaling your thoughts nightly. Maybe at night doesn't work for you, early in the morning work. Whatever works best for you, begin journaling. Then commit to prayer before planning, because that means it's doing what Matthew 6:33 says, seek ye first God's kingdom and his righteousness, and then all things will be added unto you. So when you commit to prayer before planning, you're seeking God first and hearing what he's saying to you so that you'll know how to plan and what plan to implement. So I want to leave you with this encouragement. You lead better when you're whole. Don't just end the season strong. End it healthy, grounded, and whole. Thank you so much for following me on YouTube. Also, I encourage you to follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook at Global Leadership Techniques. Share these videos with friends who you feel will benefit with what I'm sharing for you. I look forward to hearing from you, so place some comments down in the comment section as well. Also, if you have thought about it or you've desired a coach, I'm open and willing to partner with you. I have right here in the link that you can click on to schedule your first Become Unstoppable 30-minute free discovery call. Maybe you have never had a coach, you've had one before, it didn't work out, whatever the case may be. I want to hear from you. That way we will know if I am the coach for you. And that's very important, to get connected to the right people. Once again, thank you for joining me on this episode of Leadership Edge, and tune in next Wednesday for our next episode. Surprise, I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to seeing what that topic is going to be next week. Whatever it may be, one thing you'll always know about me. My whole purpose is to train you so that you'll lead, so that you'll thrive, and that's empowerment. Have a blessed day.